another great day of soccer to be able to learn how to get better at your individual skills so that you can become a better soccer player and have fun at the same time. So here's what we've got, is I've got my ball and I've got a wall of some sort. Now again, always double check with mom or dad as to whether or not they want you kicking up against a certain wall, because they don't want you breaking things and I don't want you getting in trouble at the same time. But so here's my ball, and so one of the things that is different between passing and shooting is, especially when you're shooting with power, you want to use the laces on your shoe. So you want to use the top part of your foot. It's one of the hardest parts of your foot. You can get the most power out of it. And so what I like to do sometimes is just get that feel of how it feels coming off my laces. So I turn and I can face my wall. I can also use a partner, which we'll show later, but for right now, I just turn and I'm just gonna drop it and I'm gonna try to hit it right off my laces. And it should just bounce right off. You shouldn't hear a thud. It should just come off your foot. And I'm not even swinging hard. All I'm doing is making contact from the top of my foot to the ball, and it just goes really hard. All right, so once you can get a pretty good feel for that, it's good to do both feet. So I might go out and I might try 3 with one foot, and I'm just trying to hit it off my laces, and then I might try 3 with the other foot, and I just try to hit it, and I'm not hitting it hard. I just wanted to be able to feel it come off my laces. Making sure that you're working on both feet. Then I can add a little bit of a difficult element to this. Now this has got to be careful, but I'm gonna let the ball bounce, and I want to hit it a little lower, because if I hit it up too high, it's gonna go straight up. I want to hit this ball straight forward if I can. So I'm gonna let the ball bounce, and then I'm just gonna, again, I'm not hitting it hard, but I'm just hitting it off the laces. I'm trying to hit it straight forward, right off the laces, and I do both feet, and I get used to how both feet do. Now, sometimes you've got a partner and you can get a lot of this in. So Coach McVeigh, why don't you come on out here? Coach McVeigh's gonna toss the ball to me, and this is a little tricky to get used to, but he's gonna toss the ball to me, and I'm just gonna hit it right back to him, not very hard, but it just bounces right off my laces and goes right to him. And then we switch feet. So I like to do about 10 on each foot, and if I've got a partner, then we switch, and he does the same thing towards me.
I'm going to say 2 things that I would add in there that Coach White did. He might not have explained it fully because he's good at it, but is hitting the ball on the way down allows for you to have that good shot where it actually buckles and will go low. If you hit the ball as it's going up, the ball will continue to go up. So then you're going to be in trouble. And he did a really good job of showing that. And then the other thing is also making sure you lock your ankle. So if you have a floppy ankle, you're going to have a floppy shot. But if you have a locked ankle, you're going to have a solid shot. And he did both of those on there. But those are keys to making sure you really have that solid shot that we want to see as we take those outside shots.
All right, guys, so we've done passing, learning how to step next to the ball, and passing it with the open foot. Now we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of different things. We got chips, and then we're going to try crosses, and then we're going to try different types of balls that are going to be sent into the air, clearances, things that like goal kicks, corner kicks, things that bring the ball up into the air. So how do we do that? Well, some of the same ideas is where we step near the ball. Sometimes I might step a little bit behind it, but the idea also now mainly is I want to get underneath the ball and I want to get it up into the air. So one of the first things I like to do is try chipping the ball. So all it is as I come next to the ball and I step to it, I want to get my foot, the top of my foot underneath the ball, and I just want to pop it up into the air. So as I come over here, one of the simple things that I'm going to do then is as I approach the ball and I step next to it, I'm going to get underneath the ball and I'm going to try to just lift it up as high as I can. So I'm not worried about how far it goes. I just want to get it up into the air. So this is just a basic chip and it just goes up into the air. Here's another one, and then I'm going to try something that might be a little bit scary for Coach McVeigh. But as I go, I step next to it and then I lift it up into the air. Now, Coach McVeigh, if you would be so kind as to step into this area And so now I'm going to see how well I can chip it over a player. And so here is, he's pretty tall, so this could be kind of difficult, but as I step, and it kind of goes right over him, and remember, as I step next to the ball, and I just lift it up, and it goes right over him. That's how to get underneath the ball. Practice chipping, practice getting it up and over, because sometimes you just want to beat the defense by just going right over the top of their heads.
Hey guys, the next step of our passing is what we're going to talk about today is distance passing. And so I'm going to give you several different levels of distance passing. Two things to start off with though is how you can think about where this would happen in a game. The first one would be corner kicks. So corner on the side, and you're trying to launch it into the box, into the goal area for your team to get a shot on goal. So that's one, is the corner kick. And the second one would be a goal kick. A goal kick is you kicking from your box and clearing it out after it went out of bounds. So I'm going to show you, there's a little bit of difference on both of these. So I'm going to show you the difference of that. For a corner kick, I actually want to have this get up in the air, so it's both distance. We want to get air on these so that they go over defenders and that they get into the area that we're looking to get. So you're almost dropping it in to a specific spot. The corner kick, you want to drive low and hard, so have some like angle on it where it still has energy and it still has power as it gets to your target. Because on a goal or corner kick, we're trying to use that energy and that power to then shoot on the goal. So you're trying to score. So you're sending it in, and then your teammates are trying to attack the goal with that power from your pass, from your distance pass off that. So I'm going to show you two of these. These are the corner kicks. And notice kind of the difference of as we go into the next step. But right now it's corner kick. So here's what I'm going to teach you off of both of these, is that you step next to the ball. So we've already talked about that. What you're going to add in here is, instead of shooting it with your laces like this, and instead of passing it like this, the passing it on the side will keep the ball on the ground. Shooting it like this, you don't have as much control over that. So what we're going to use is actually an angle with our foot. So we're going to angle on the side like this. So it's going to be partially laces, but it's going to be this upper part, this bone right here of our foot. And so that will give me that launch, hopefully. That will allow me to get it and launch it right into a specific area. So right now I'm trying to go where Coach White is. He's out there, and there's a little hole next to him. That's kind of my aiming ground right now. We'll see how good it is. But this is a corner kick, so I'm trying to get on the side and get that angle. So watch my foot, and I'm going to try to bend it into Coach White, that area there. So here we go. This is a corner kick. All right, so a little bit off on my distance in terms of positioning of it, where the ball is supposed to go, but that's the type of energy that we want on the ball. And also, you see that line that it had? It actually was going with power to a specific spot. We don't want it to float in the air. If it's floating, there's no power that we can put onto it to get a shot on goal. Let's try it one more time, see if I can get it a little bit closer to Coach White on this one. All right, here we go. There it is, and boom, he goes right into a shot off of it. So that is the corner kick. That's the goal, is that it ends with him still having energy on the ball to be able to get a shot off and then shoot that at the goal. The next one that we're going to explain is a goal kick. Now, a goal kick is different because goal kick, you're trying to get it to your teammates, and it's almost more of a precision pass than the corner kick is, and the fact that you don't need to have energy on the ball. You're actually getting it as far out as you can and lofting it to one of your teammates so they can control it and then turn and be able to make a pass and decide what to do with it there. So I do this a lot as a defender, and this is a lot of times your sweeper or one of your defense, your goalie even, that would do these goal kicks. It's the same idea, except now I'm trying to loft it. So I'm gonna let it fly up, and I'm gonna let it sit up in the air. That's the goal, is it kind of floats. It almost looks like it's floating in the air, but it's got distance on it. The corner kick, I'm aiming hard and low, so it's got height, but it's also diving. This one, it's actually lofting. So I'll kind of show that as we try it here. Same positioning with your feet. You're gonna have it under the ball, kind of at the angle, but you're gonna try to loft it up as opposed to driving it off of that, okay? So here we go, let's try it. So that had a little bit of curve still on it, but notice how it stayed high, and that's what we want off of those. Let's try one more, and I'm gonna try to float it, see if I can get it to almost go straight in the air here. shout out to Coach White for getting the balls for this. All right, so one more. Let's try to, I'm going into the wind, but I'm gonna try to get that loft off. There we go. So it kind of floated in the air. I would want it a little bit higher, but that one actually knuckled and floated. And that's what we're looking for, is you clear a ball out on a goal kick. The next step is adding in what we would call a clearance. So it's still a distance pass because you're trying to get it out, but it's bouncing. And this is one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna grab a ball here. Here's how this works, and I want you to imagine this. You are defense, and this could be, even if you're a forward, sometimes on a corner kick, you're on defense. You're trying to get this ball out of your box. So let's say our box is right here, and we're trying to clear it out so the other team can't score on our goal. And a lot of times you may have seen this where the ball is just bouncing in the box and no one's kicking it. Or a defender kicks it, but he muffs it and it only goes really close, and it's another chance for the offense to score. We want to clear the ball out. And what we would say here is high and wide. And so right now my high and wide is out to Coach White, and I'm gonna actually bounce this ball. This is a ton of fun because you can actually just throw it up in the air and then work on getting good solid contact on the ball. Here's what I would focus on, is seeing the ball. A lot of times we get distracted by everything else and we're not looking at our target. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on the ball, and I'm gonna watch my foot hit the ball. That will give me that contact that I need to clear it high and wide. So here's how this would work on our clearance aspect. So I'm gonna throw it up in the air, try to make contact, try to get it out there. So throwing it up, doing this contact, and I'm trying to clear it out. That was pretty high, but it did get out and wide. When we hit it high, that gives us time on defense to push up and clear out of the box. That's our ultimate goal, is to get the ball out of the box and allow our defense to resettle in further away from our goal so that there's not chances for them to score. Here's another one. Part of this is the ground's gonna bounce differently every time, and that's what makes it fun. So throw it up in the air, give yourself a chance. You can even spin it if you want to. You can throw it at different heights, but you can go like this, and you're just trying to, boom, trying to get it high and wide like that, okay? So that is the clearance aspect of it. Now, how do we make this competitive? If you don't have anyone with you and you're in your backyard or your front yard or wherever at a park, this is what I would do. I would try to aim, like I had said before, aim right next to Coach White. There's a drainage hole right there. That's what I would aim for. And so I would practice aiming specifically at that. Now, if I'm doing a corner kick, I'm trying to drive it in there, in the air towards that area. If I'm trying to do a goal kick, I would try to loft it and get it up in the air and let it float a little bit. And then if I'm trying my clearance, I could do the same thing. So we're gonna make this competitive. I'm gonna try one by myself without Coach White technically being there. And I'm gonna try one corner kick and see how close I can get it without hitting a car over there. This is the corner kick, so it's gonna hopefully have a little bit bend down and attack that area there. All right, so corner kick, here we go. There we go. Boom, hit it, right on target. And we might have lost that ball. All right, so I hit it right on, one bounce, and right in there, it still had a lot of energy. It actually bounced further away. Okay, so that was perfect. That would be a point for me. And I would just see how many times I can get it there, and I could even increase my distance back if I want to. The other one is lofting it. So I want to get that goal kick and loft it up in the air. Let's see if I can get one of these. I haven't done it so well so far, so let's try it. Here we go. Ah, that was too low. It was at my target, but it was a little low. I want to get under it. Let me try one more. See if I can get that loft on it. All right, here we go. Oh, man. All right, let's bring in Coach White, and we're going to actually do this together. So Coach White's going to be my target now, and he's going to actually kick it back towards me as well. So let's try it. All right. All right, so Coach White's the target. I'm gonna hit it towards him. Hey, let's try to do our loft, because I haven't gotten a good loft yet, Coach White. So I'm gonna try to get the loft, the goal kick. So I'm gonna try to loft it to Coach White. Let's see if I can get it. There we go, that's better. Oh, man. He's got a ball right there, that's fine. All right, that was better. They got the height on it, and it actually kept soaring, which is what you want on a goal kick. Let's see how Coach White does here. All right, all right. So this was a little bit lower and harder, and that would be kind of what we want for our corner kick. All right, so those are the two differences there. If you have a partner, go together. You don't have to run as much. If you don't have a partner, hit it to a spot a couple of times, go get your soccer ball there, and then try to hit it back. So those are the different aspects of long distance passing.